March 2022 was a busy month for the rental market in Bath. In fact, for the first time this year, the number of properties that we let during March exceeded the number of properties that we let in March 2021 and indeed March 2020. Does that therefore mean that more properties are coming onto the market and this issue that I've discussed in previous videos of a property shortage is being resolved? No, I don't think so, unfortunately. In fact, just prior to recording this video, I had a look on Rightmove, and right now on Rightmove there are 96 available properties to rent in all of Bath. When I did the same just before recording the video last month, there were 97 properties on the market in Bath available to rent. So almost identical figures. So in actual fact, 96 properties on the market right now, that number 96 is lower than the number of new property hunters that we registered on our books during March. We call them applicants. So the number of new applicants that we registered in March exceeded the number of properties that are available on the entire rental market in Bath right now. So there is still this extraordinary property shortage that is nowhere near to satisfying tenant demand. And what that's doing is we're still seeing record rents being achieved. So we achieved 99.8% of our advertised rents during March. That process that used to be standard of a tenant offering below asking rent is fairly much a thing of the past, at least for the time being. And we achieved rents in 8.2 days on average during March. So that's between launching the property onto the market and a landlord accepting an offer from a tenant, just 8.2 days. That's also having the effect of shortening void periods for landlords almost down to nothing. Whenever we put a property on the market that we've previously rented out for that landlord in years gone by, we compare the rents that we achieved just to see how much rents are increasing or decreasing over time. So the properties that we listed and found tenants for during March that we'd done so in the past, we achieved rents on average 9.8% higher than before. So I'd say that's just about in keeping with our average across the year to date. One of the widely used software companies who serves the rental industry called Goodlord, they published some research that they carried out. According to their figures, this year in the southwest, across the whole of the region, rents have increased by 4.59%. So it's quite interesting to see how far above that Bath seems to be. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the video, this figure of 96 properties available to rent across the whole of Bath. We carried out a bit of research during March about what can be done, if anything, to bring more properties to the market, because this issue of property shortage is one that doesn't seem to be going away. Now, these facts and figures that I'm coming up to are referred to in lengthier articles that are published on our website, and they're there if you want to go and look at them on residebath.co.uk. But I thought it would be quite interesting to mention them now. So across Bath, 1 in 53 homes are currently sitting empty and unused. That is 1,613 empty, unoccupied properties across all of Bath. 833 of those have been empty for more than 6 months. So I would ask the question, what can be done, and this is an issue perhaps more for the local authority, to bring those properties back into circulation? Again, if you want to delve more into that issue, our article goes into a great more detail. Looking at the sales market as well, 1 in 4 properties on the sales market are still available after 12 weeks. And with the pace that the sales market has been moving at in recent months and over the last year or so, that's quite extraordinary that 1 in 4 properties is not selling after 12 weeks. So again, there's a question, will we start to see some of those sales properties returning to the rental market and boosting the number of properties available to renters? Certainly it would be nice to think so. Well, that's it on the local market for this month. Across the more national rental market, I would only ask one question. It is now officially spring, and that means that we should at some point soon be expecting the government's much expected and long promised renters reform bill, which has been promised for spring of this year. Will that happen? Pigs might fly, but if it does, I'll bring you all the news about it as soon as I hear. Otherwise, I'll chat to you again later this month. Bye bye.